Good morning, Coal Canyon Coyotes. Welcome to our Friday Flag video for this week. Whether you are a student or a staff member, we appreciate you tuning in each week to get some information and to have some fun on our videos. We love to do these live, of course, but these videos are the second best thing. And so thank you for joining us. Let's begin our Friday Flag video with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. So guys and girls, we are now in the second part of the school year, as you know, and we expect great things from all of you on our campus. In the next few weeks, you will see various hero signs. Yes, I mean actual metal signs mounted on the walls in the NPR, the library, the food court area, the playground, and the restrooms. Please take time to stop and read these expectations we have for every one of you on this campus. These are friendly reminders to help you be a hero wherever you go here at Cole. Remember that our school rules are designed around everybody's safety and respect for all. And speaking of respect, Kindness Week is coming up. It's next week. Along with the challenge, here are the different dress-up days that we have assigned to each day. So this coming Monday, January 22nd, we have Pajama Day. Tuesday is Crazy Hat and Crazy Sock Day. Team jerseys on Wednesday. Wear a superhero shirt on Thursday. And Friday, to round up the week, we have school spirit wear or just any colors that you'd like to wear. And so now what about the Kindness Week challenge? So Mr. Z has put together, along with Miss Lane, a few things, some fun challenges during the week. So I want to turn that over to Mr. Zanartu. He will go through those things for you. So Mr. Z.
Good morning, Coyotes, and I hope your week was a good one. Yes, this next week is the Great Kindness Challenge. This is our chance to show the world how kind Coal Canyon Coyotes are. Now, their teachers are going to guide you through some videos and activities to brainstorm those kind acts so you can do them over the course of the week. In addition, next week, every one of you are going to receive a kindness checklist. Your challenge, and that's why we're calling it a challenge, is to complete every task on this list. Once you've done this, place your name on it, don't forget that, and turn it into your teacher or to the office. And at our Friday Flag Live, we will do a drawing for some of our students who completed the challenge, and they'll earn a special prize for our kindness. So kindness not only pays off just in helping other people and making people feel happy, but who knows, you might even be able to win something. So let's go out there, let's make sure you can be the kindness person you can be, and let's make it a great week, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Remember that every Friday Flag video, we are recognizing our students in all the grade levels who have earned the hero shout out from his or her teacher. These are the students who showed what it means to be helpful, encouraging, respectful, and outstanding. So here we go, starting with our kindergartners. From Mrs. Amkraut's class, we have Jagger and Monse. From Mrs. Gorton's class, we have Adara. From Mrs. Eisinger, we have Ava. From Mrs. Miller, we have Rook and Lucy. For our first graders, starting with Mrs. Stringer's class, we have Chloe. From Mrs. Moret's class, Harper. From Mrs. Cron's class, we have Capri. From Mrs. Murray's class, we have Callie. And from Mr. Reagan's class, we have Nicholas. Moving into our second graders, from Mrs. Silva's class, we have Stevie. From Mrs. Gonzalez, Cam. From Mrs. Treese, Blake. From Mrs. Garrity, we have Riley R. and Lucas. And from Mrs. Pacey's class, we have Nicole and Troy. Heading into our third graders, from Mrs. Hess's class, we have Jayla. From Mrs. De Leon, we have Liam. From Mrs. Hewitson, Charlotte. From Mrs. Hartley, Braden. From Mrs. Tope, Preston. From Mrs. Levin, Sterling. And from Mrs. Welch's class, we have Anthony. Now for our fourth graders. From Mrs. Calvillo Murray, we have Elizabeth. From Mr. Pacey, we have Abigail. From Mrs. Murray, we have Peyton. From Mrs. Hayes, we have Maddie. From Mrs. Schroeder, we have Bree. And rounding out our fourth graders, from Mrs. Trujillo's class, we have Chloe. Finally, our fantastic fifth graders. From Mrs. Bryan's class, we have Cicely. From Mrs. Greenstein, Jacob. From Mrs. Murray's class, we have Quinn. From Mrs. Bethke's class, we have Nellie. From Mrs. Reagan, Wyatt. And last but certainly not least, from Mrs. Hemrick's class, we have Marley. Congratulations to all of you who earned this weekly shout out. Remember that your names are entered into our monthly drawing for a class prize at each grade level at our live Friday Flag Assembly. Now let's turn it back over to Mr. Shaw to close us out.
Oh, thank you, Miss Lane. Thank you, Mr. Zenard, too. We missed you, Dr. Wheeler. I know you'll be back. She was at a training today during the recording of this. We are so, again, very proud of you, heroes on our campus. Can't wait till next week to see all the random acts of kindness, right? And in fact, Monday, you can just wake up and come to school. You'll be in your pajamas and you'll be appropriate. So that's perfect. So anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. We'll see you bright and early on Monday morning.